Maybe not an hour, but a half hour, sure. Came another dose of Beethoven in tinny bells. The tiny servant moved to the front door, and in they came. Millie and Jim Hunter. Oh, thank all the gods! Now he could meet his father with a confidence bolstered by knowing that Jim Hunter had his back. How much he had yearned for this reunion. Max Tunbell was advancing toward him, hands outstretched. "John," said Max in a gravelly voice, taking John's right hand in both of his, smiling on a wall of huge white teeth, then leaning in to embrace him, kiss his cheeks. "John!" The yellow eyes filled with tears. "Oh, Jesus, you're so like Marticia." When the fuss died down, when all the introductions were safely in the past, when John felt that he could make some choices of his own without his stepmother foiling him, he sought out Jim and Millie, havens in a stormy, unknown sea. "I was about to head for the hills when you came in," he confessed, more to Jim than to Millie. "Isn't this weird? 3 women, 6 men, and black tie. You're right, it is weird," Jim said, but not sounding puzzled. Typical for Davina, though. She loves to be surrounded by men. "Why am I not surprised?" John put his martini glass down with a grimace. "You no like?" asked a voice at his elbow. He turned to look, found the midget maid. "I'd much rather have a Budweiser," he said. "I get." "One for me as well," called Jim to her back. "Have you managed to talk to your dad yet?" "Nope, maybe at the dinner table. It's as if his bimbo wife doesn't want to give me any opportunity." "Well, she can't keep that up forever, especially now you're in Holloman," Millie comforted. "Vina has to be the center of attention, from the little I've seen of her. Jim knows her far better." "Oh, thanks for being home last night when I blew in from Portland," John said. "I couldn't wait to see you." "I can't believe Max let you stay in a hotel," Jim said. "No, that's my fault. I figured I'd better have some place of my own to retreat to if I needed, and right about now I'm glad. California or Oregon, this ain't." "Hey, California was a long time ago," Jim said gruffly. "It lives in my heart like yesterday." "This is more important, John," Millie said. "Family is all important." "With an ugly stepmother in control? All that's missing are the ugly stepsisters. Or should that be stepbrothers?" Millie giggled. "I see the analogy as far as Davina goes, John, but you'd make a lousy Cinderella. Anyway, it's a role reversal. You're not an impoverished kitchen slave. You're a millionaire forestry tycoon." When Davina drove them to the dinner table, a wide one as well as long, John found that he and Max were seated together at the head of the table. Davina occupied the foot, alone. Down the left side, she put from Max to her Ivan Tunbell, Millie Hunter, and Dr. Al Markov. On the right side, she seated from John to her Val Tunbell, Muse Markov, the pregnant wife, and Jim Hunter. And at last John had a chance to talk to Max Tunbell, who turned a little side on and asked, "Do you remember your mother at all, John?" "Sometimes I think I do, sir. At other times I'm convinced that what I think I remember is an illusion," John said, his eyes suddenly more gray than blue. "I see a thin, sad woman who used to spend her time typing. According to Wendover Hall, who adopted me, she was very poor, made a living from typing manuscript for $1 a page, no errors. That's how he met her. Someone recommended her to type a book he'd written on forestry. It wasn't long before he put her, and me, in a beautiful house at Gold Beach in Oregon. She died 6 months later. That I do remember. I must have been with her when she died, and I wouldn't leave the body. Kind of like a dog, I guess. She'd been dead for 2 days when Wendover found us." Max blinked his own tears away. "My poor boy." "My turn to ask a question," John said, voice hard, curt. "What was my mother like?" Closing his eyes, Max leaned back in his chair slightly, as if speaking of his first wife didn't come easily, as if, indeed, he endeavored never to think of her. "Marticia was what